How do you find your purpose? How do you find the message that you're supposed to live? This is a question that I hear a lot, and also I had this question earlier in my journey where I was like, what's the point of all of this? I had a crisis of meaning because everything seemed great. I achieved all the things that I thought would make me feel complete. And then I was like, wait, what's the point again? So I always suspected that there was a message that I needed to share. There's something that wanted to come alive through me, and I just didn't know what it was. And if you're in that boat and you are sharing this feeling of, there's got to be more to this. There's something that wants to be said. There's something I want to create that's unlike anything that I've ever created before. Then you are in the right place. So I promised you in this video is I'm going to actually tell you what your purpose is. And I know that's a big statement and it might trigger some people like, how dare you tell me what my purpose is? How are you supposed to know? Well, I know because our purpose is the same. Our purpose for everyone is the same, but you might not like what I'm going to tell you. And I'm here just to share with you what I know, right? And take it or leave it. But these are the things I wish I knew when I was looking for my purpose. First thing, we want to be careful with the words that we choose. Find purpose versus live the purpose. I think we focus too much on finding our purpose when there's really nothing to find. The purpose is supposed to be lived. But we use the word find as if it's out there and we're supposed to find it, right? It's lost and we gotta find it. When in reality, it's actually supposed to be lived. And one might say, how am I supposed to live it if I don't know it, if I don't find it? You can actually live your purpose without truly understanding it. Case in point, most people are living their existence without understanding who they are, without knowing who they are, completely strangers to themselves. So it is quite possible to live something that we do not understand with the thinking mind. And the good news is you can start living it right now. Okay? And how you can start living your purpose right now, even though you don't know what it is you can start following your passions. You can start following the things that excite you, the things that inspire you, the things that make you feel alive, the desires that you have. And I'm not talking about simple, shallow pleasures, even though that's part of it, right? It depends really on how it leaves you feeling. Like, I'm not talking about stuffing your face and then feeling guilty after. That's not really a desire. That's something different. But I'm talking about something that makes you feel alive. I really can't find a better way to put it. That you do it and it's fun when you're doing the thing, and then it adds energy to your life. It adds more life to you as a result of doing it. And you'll know it. Like, there are some things, some activities where you're completely lost, you lose track of time and space, you become one with the thing, you have a harder time pulling yourself from doing the thing, and they're like little breadcrumbs of desire, of fun, of curiosity, of playfulness, of joy, but we usually don't go after these things unless we have a logical explanation for why we would do them. As we grow older and older, we become more and more serious, and we have to have ROI on every single activity, and simply finding joy and playfulness in business and life and work and everything that we do somehow becomes not enough. It's not justified. And we become so disconnected that we actually don't know what we want to do anymore. We don't know what makes us feel alive in the first place because it's been so long since we've played. And you might wonder, well, what does this have to do with purpose, with living my purpose? Well, those things are supposed to be your clues, because your purpose, and here's the answer to what your purpose is that I said you may or may not like it. Your purpose is to live your fullest and highest self-expression. Your purpose is to be the fullest and highest expression of who you were meant to be in this lifetime. And so it's not so much about finding your purpose as much as it is about knowing yourself. Knowing yourself and understanding your life's message is a journey of a lifetime, and your purpose is ever evolving. You might think that you know what your purpose is today, what your message is today, but as you keep uncovering more and more layers of who you are, and you keep going through this journey and embracing the fullness of who you are, and saying yes to your heart's desires and working through blocks, mental, emotional, things that stop you from being your fullest and highest self-expression, you uncover more and more of that purpose and of who you are, basically, and you know yourself on a deeper level. And like I said, it's not enough to just know or get to know yourself. It also requires a radical level of self-love and self-acceptance where you say yes to who you are and be true to yourself in your expression. And if you're confused about what expression means in this case, It means everything that you be, do, create in this lifetime. Okay, so whether it's how you show up in the world, whether it's the choices that you make, the things that you create, businesses and creations, they all have to come from a place of expressing the fullness of your love and your joy. Another part of knowing who you are and loving yourself enough to claim every part of you means that you also go after your truest desires and you say yes to them in an uncompromised manner. You don't uncover something about yourself and then convince yourself not to go after it just because you're afraid of other people's judgment or you're afraid, period. You don't let fear stop you from being in your playfulness, in your playful heart. So knowing yourself actually means allowing yourself to say yes to your truest desires and pursuing them in a way that is true to your nature. So it's not just about fulfilling this higher self or this desired version in the future. It's also about being kind to who you are today. So every decision you make has to be in love and in whatever is best for your future self and for your present self. Okay, so you're not delaying gratification all the time and pushing through in order to achieve all of your heart's desires because you love yourself so much, you want to have everything you truly want, but you're also not saying, well, fuck it, that's too hard, let me go for the easy, taking the easy route. That's what it means to pursue your heart's fullest desires. So in order to live your purpose, you need three things. And notice I said live, not know. Knowing purpose, that's a completely different thing. And as I said, that's going to take an entire lifetime. It's a whole journey. And you'll keep discovering and uncovering layers. You're infinite, so get used to it, okay? Like, I can't explain infinity to you. You can't understand what infinity is with, you can't fathom the entireness of what infinity is supposed to be in this just one lifetime with the human mind. So let's give up on knowing what purpose is and defining it, other than the fact that it's being the fullest and highest expression of who you are, and which means living from love instead of fear, practicing that in everything that we create, knowing that we are creators, and to live it, not know it or find it, but to live your purpose. What it means is you have to develop clarity about the things that you truly desire. You have to develop the ability to take the action even when you don't have clarity as to how to approach it, right? So small action, not black or white, all or nothing type of thing, but even though you're not sure how to achieve the things that you want, but you take the first step in the next 24 hours, and then the next day you ask yourself, what's the next step I can take in this direction? You keep moving forward towards the thing that you want. Wherever you are, there's always going to be a next step that's accessible to you from this point, wherever you are right now. So clarity, and then the action, and then the third piece is healing yourself in the process, right? Growing through it, because those passions that are going to come up, the things that are the desires, as I mentioned, the breadcrumbs for where the work is that are leading you towards your purpose, that are showing you the way, these are the places where your gifts are, but also where the biggest lessons are. So by following your passion, by saying yes to your desires, by doing the things that are, that excite you, that make you feel alive, not only are you following your passion and having a good time, most of the time, hopefully. Not only are you doing that, but you're also growing spiritually, you're also living your purpose. And if you're aware, you will know your purpose because you'll keep knowing more and more of yourself. So to recap, if you want to find your purpose, stop trying to find your purpose, give up on that, instead focus on living your purpose. Remember that your purpose is to be the fullest and highest expression of who you really are. And expression means everything that you be, do, or have, or create in this lifetime, everything that emanates from you, which is pure love. And whenever you are creating from love, from things that are joyful to you, that are expressing your joy rather than tools to attain joy, that you're overflowing with this love and joy, and you want to share it with the world by following things that excite you, that are good for you today and good for future you. So you're being compassionate towards both of these versions of yourself. As you keep doing that, as you keep following this passion and unpacking your passions and saying yes to them and having the courage to take the action and to work through the mental and emotional blocks and the fears that come up, and keep claiming more and more and more and more. Every time you say yes to love as opposed to fear, you're uncovering more of who you are. And that is really the path to living your purpose and to quote unquote finding your purpose. So if you are at this point still not sure how to get started, maybe you're like, well, that's great, but I have no idea what my passions are. I have no idea what I actually desire to do or what I want to do or what I like to do or what would make me feel alive. I actually was in that spot at some point because I spent so much of my life focusing on responsibility and achievement and crushing goals, and I was operating from this doing/masculine kind of place. And don't get me wrong, I love the masculine energy. It's getting shit done, feels amazing. But I didn't give myself enough space to be playful or to have fun or to follow curiosities. I thought these things were illogical or not practical, right? I was very concerned with being practical, and I lost touch with passion. I lost touch with joy. I lost touch with all of these feminine, childlike qualities. And I want to help you get this started by asking the right questions. I'm gonna put a link in the description for you to ask certain questions. It's called the Passion Clarity document. Go through these questions. Hopefully that'll get the thinking started. Don't get hung up on finding the right answers. Definitely do not think about what is my passion and how can I make it profitable so I can make a living out of it. That's too much to think about in the beginning. What's more important is that you figure out or you start thinking about things that feel good. That when I say passion, by the way, it doesn't mean, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this, although that's really eventually you'll get to a point where you love something so much, you're so obsessed with it that it's more difficult to pull yourself away from it and to stop working on it. But that takes a little bit of time to get to that point. But passion is really at the intersection of a few things that you're really curious about. And so it could be as simple as, oh, this something just appeals to me. This thing, I'm curious about it. I'm inspired to look into it. So it doesn't have to be this strong passion. So don't let that stop you from writing these ideas as you're doing this brainstorming. So you can go to the resource in the description and grab, as I always say, journal, pen to paper, or your phone, and just record yourself. Do a brain dump. Don't overthink it. And your goal for now is to just get started thinking about the things that are exciting to you, and then at a later stage it'll become clearer to you how you can start incorporating these things in a more practical way. And if you want more professional help, of course, we're always happy to help mindful and creative entrepreneurs who want to bring their passion and purpose into business, into profitability, and have a business that is an expression of who they are at their core, their essence, a full, unapologetic self-expression. Okay, so check out that link, and if you like it, make sure to subscribe to our newsletters. The Saturday Mojo is the newsletter where I send a video like this every Saturday, but I actually have bigger plans for the Saturday Mojo for the people who are subscribed. And I'm working on something really, 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 really exciting for the Saturday Mojo, so I would love it if you subscribe to it. And thanks for watching, and if you haven't already liked this video, please make sure to like it and subscribe it. I'm asking for too many things, maybe. No, actually, it's not too many. You pick whatever, okay? Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click on that link in the description, and go do that exercise so you can hopefully uncover more of your passion and your clarity. And then if you want to have more one-on-one work, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to talk to you about whatever is going on in your life right now, in your business. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.